Alright, welcome everybody to Sonic. We're gonna press the Green Hill Zone button. Welcome back. This is another Let's Play, believe it or not, of Sonic 1 for the... What? Wait a minute. Sonic 1? On the Genesis? On the Xbox 360 version? Looking at my OBS screen when I should be looking at the TV? I want to know what you guys think about this one, because I think this is the only Sonic game I might have beaten, or one of the only old ones. I know I've beaten Sonic 3, but not Sonic and Knuckles, because the pyramid level of that is complete BS, and not Sonic 2, because the end of Sonic 2, the boss, the final boss, oh, don't get me started. But this one's fun. The number one complaint that people have about this is that it's not as fast as the later ones, and I totally get that. The Green Hill Zone has all these slopes and all this, and then you get to the later levels, you get to even Marble Zone, it's like nothing. You gotta stand on moving blocks, and I think that was really, they kind of dropped the ball, but you know, Sonic is still around. You know, he's making movies, he's making new video games and new TV shows for children, so... Oh, no. I could never get all the emeralds in this, nor could I in 2, because 2 is like such... Again, I love 2. Parts of 2 are really fun, but those bonus stages and the end with the Robo Sonic and then with the Death Egg robot, it's like so... it's too hard for no reason, and I don't really want to try that or get the Chaos Emeralds. Oh yeah, I just forgot. The special stages are just like inner tube things, and like I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, why would I try and do this one thing in a game that I've pretty much already experienced the full way through? Like, I don't know. In my mind, I've beaten the game. That's a discourse thing. Like, so when do you beat a game? When you reach the end, or when you feel satisfied with it? Let's start that, everybody. Can we perform a psyop on video game Twitter to make them believe that either A, there is a group of people who believe that, or B, make a group of people who believe that? Please and thank you. Oh, crab meat, bro. I don't like how much of the Sonic, like, bad nicknames I know. Maybe because I read the very old Archie comics, but even then, it's like, are you normal, or are you on a first name basis with video game enemies? What also sucks about this game that the others, you know, are obviously better at is the spin dash, because they don't have it here, and it's just a pain to build up speed, but I kind of like that. Like, thinking about it now, the way that they do it, it makes you seek out areas where you can build momentum, and I know that's probably a thing in some other Sonic games where you gotta use the environment, but here I think they could have had more of a system where they use that, but what am I saying? I don't know nothing about game design. Oh yeah, play an awful stage I don't want to do. Yippee! I've only done the first 2 special stages, like, at all in this game. Out of all my playthroughs. And you know what sucks? You know what is awful? Is the Sonic 4 on the iPad special stages. Because you gotta... I don't even know how you do it. You gotta tilt it, but you don't know how, like, if it's tilting it in 2D, or if it's tilting it in 3D, or, like, you just gotta move it around, because I never knew. Then you can never get the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 4, oh no. Oh, that's always fun. I think this is the one where you can just, like, get a speed boost and bounce off these guys normally. With the invincibility, because I have so many memories of doing that. So this collection I've had since I was, like, 9, I think. Right. Oh, nope. Aw, man. I think we're gonna have to hitch a ride on this. Oh, I'm having amazing luck with these, dude. What? Yeah, I've never tried to get on that, so I'm not gonna attempt. But this part's neat, where you run under the waterfall. Oh, great. Oh, no, I'm bad at Sonic 1. Okay. Oh, and they spawn you right next to that. Come on. Be fair with it, at least. Oh! The one time I do get it. Oh, great. The one time I do. And it's there. Oh. Easy schmeezy. Come on. On OBS, it's only showing up as, it's just the ball. It's like the shading mapping, or what mapping, you know what I mean. Yeah, buddy. Get flipped. Get frickin' fricked, bro. I really hope they find a video of that original Toy Show Sonic demo, because that's really cool. I know there's some game that, like, recreates it, but it's probably gone forever, but I want to see a video. Like, I want to see all the stuff. I know there's concept art that gives you an idea of it, but there's nothing like the real thing. Oh, this part is awful. It's not awful. I think the worst, you know, I'm gonna be stereotypical, and I'm gonna say the worst part of this game is gonna be Labyrinth Zone, but this kind of is also up there. You just got everything. It's a lot of waiting. It's like, usually in a good game, in a good game that's about speed, you would have all this, right? And then at the least, you would reward the player for doing all this with a few sections, or like have an alternate route. You can, like in the first level in Green Hill Zone, you had alternate routes, but here I don't really think there's any. Like, what am I striving for? You know, the first thing, it's like you gotta build up speed and you gotta get up high, and then here it's like, you gotta wait. I mean, Spring Yard Zone is also kind of like that. I like that one. I have not gone to Starlight Zone that many times, but it is pretty fast from what I remember. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Those little ringy thingies when you get them all in a row. Oh, and there are 3, right? Yeah, because... Oh, yeah, let's bring that back. Let's have Sonic games with 3 acts, and you have to sit and wait. There's probably, like, at least 100 in the world who are like, I actually like the lower the pace sections, and I think they should put them in more Sonic games. There's always one group of Sonic fans who likes the absolute worst thing ever, and it's like, dude, you have your own opinion, but you do understand that that opinion is really, like, against what people know Sonic for. You know what? I actually think the glitches in Sonic 06 help the game. I want to gather my thoughts about Sonic Frontiers. I liked it, but I said on my Twitter after I played it, after I played enough of it, oh, there's the famous Miiverse spring. Standing with a baseball bat is a trap for who? I mean, it was fine. I like that you could actually run around as Sonic and have a fun Sonic time, but I didn't think there was too much other to it, other than that. Like, it felt very repetitive, and I know a lot of people say that, but it really did. It's to the point where I said on my Twitter when I first played it, that it felt like a handheld version of a real game, you know, like a 3DS version of a, you know, like a Wii U game. And I don't want to play the full version, and I know they're adding more stuff, but I don't know how significant those changes are going to be, because it's a big game, but there's not much to do, and I don't like what they did with the art style, and I get it. I get their mindset is like either that or another Green Hill Zone, but I would have liked something a little more bright and colorful. And even the music, you know, there's a lot of genres that they cover with Sonic music, but I was not digging the vocal themes there, but I know other people like it, and in 20 years it'll be nostalgic to people, and I'll be proven wrong. Because, like, people hated the music for Sonic R, but if you look now, then people are like, oh yeah, Sonic R, great soundtrack. I get a lot of the complaints I have are complaints other people had, where, like, the cutscenes are way too, like, dreary and everything's just gray, and it's too much like Breath of the Wild. And the robot designs, I get that they're like an ancient civilization, but they feel a little too like generic fantasy, like some random like Apex Legends type game that you'd see advertised for a week and then nobody plays it. You know, like one of those. And that's their problem, I feel. Like, it's the monkey's paw, or like the situation where it's either have super bright, unoriginal Sonic game with Green Hill Zone for the millionth time, or have super gritty, boring, again, unoriginal Sonic game. I think the combat system turned out as good as it needed to, but I just felt like there needs to be more. Like, either make the game shorter, right, or just have more. And I would have liked if they had more linear sections, and I know that's probably gonna make some people mad if people even watch this, but you know, I think the cyberspace parts, those were fun, because you get to run in a straight line, and I wish they had more stuff like that, like linear Sonic parts, but with the use of the Frontiers gameplay. The open world exploring is fun, but then you go to the same areas over and over again, and you're like, yep, I gotta go in the boost pad, and I gotta do this. But there were a lot of fun parts, though. I still need to say. See, this is the me talking zone, because it's just waiting, and waiting. I think the speed mechanics and all the physics in this game, like the way you move and how and when you can roll into a ball, I feel like that was really, really well done, especially for the time. If you look at Sega games that were coming out around here, well, I don't know if it was too advanced to code. Maybe it's the animations that are selling it, but it feels, compared to what I've seen from 1991, that it's really, like, it's unique and it's fun. You see why it took off. Also, I know where all the secrets are, because this area is so boring that I can... Okay, never mind. I swear there was something there. You know what game I did like? Sonic Chronicles on the DS. I feel like if I ever managed to figure out how to do a DS emulator, or find a DS with a capture card, because I know the 3DS, they barely make them anymore, but I would love, love, love to play that game. Or just like all the way through, because I remember there was one boss fight I got to, I was like, oh, this is the end of the game. And then it wasn't, and there's like 5 more worlds you have to travel to. But yeah, that was like my first Sonic game when I was a kid. And the first boss in Green Hill Zone, when there's like a guy and you have to do the button combos or else he... Because in that game, let me explain Sonic Chronicles to you. There are like stylus tapping things you have to do on the touch screen during battles. Like there's a bunch of them, and then I didn't know how to do those as a kid, and the first boss in the game has you doing those. So here I was, having to time all these things, and I was like, oh no, and I couldn't get past it. I know people like to crap on the music in that game, but it wasn't that bad. At least the Green Hill Zone theme I thought was fine. But again, it was like one of the first Sonic games I played, or it was the first Sonic game I played. One of the first games I played. So, you know, I can't really say that much about it.